Hi, friends. Today we're looking at the Bible book Habakkuk. It's in the 5-Minute Bible series, and the year is 2024. This is the Jan Hus Institute of Biblical Studies. I'm your old pal PapaDale, and I'm a retired pastor, teacher, theologian, and professor with over 50 years of service to the Lord Jesus Christ. If you want to know more about me, there are other videos on this playlist, but for now, let's get right to it. This is Habakkuk of the 5-Minute Bible series. The book of Habakkuk is a profound and thought-provoking short prophetic work nestled among the minor prophets in the Old Testament. It's written by Habakkuk himself, and it presents a unique dialogue between the prophet and God, emphasizing the struggles of faith in the face of suffering and injustice. Habakkuk stands out for its emotional depth and theological insight, addressing the questions many believers have about God's justice, sovereignty, and the existence of evil. Habakkuk likely prophesied during a time of turmoil in Judah as the Babylonian Empire was rising to power and threatening the stability of the nation. The prophet opens with a lament expressing deep concern about the injustice and violence prevalent among his people. His heartfelt cries reflect a deep yearning for God to intervene and address the rampant wickedness. This dialogue is striking because it illustrates an uncomfortable reality. Even a faithful servant of God can grapple with feelings of doubt and confusion when confronted with suffering and pervasive evil in the world. In response to Habakkuk's cries, God reveals his sovereign plan, assuring the prophet that justice will ultimately prevail. However, the answer is startling. God declares that he will use the Babylonians as an instrument of judgment against Judah. This revelation poses a significant challenge to Habakkuk's understanding of God's nature. How could a righteous God employ a more wicked nation to punish his chosen people? This tension is at the heart of Habakkuk's journey, illustrating the often painful process of grappling with divine providence. As Habakkuk wrestles with God's response, he transitions from doubt to a profound sense of realization. He learns that God's ways are often beyond human comprehension, and that faith must be exercised in the face of uncertainty. One of the key verses in the book, "The righteous will live by his faith," in Habakkuk 2:4, encapsulates this central theme. It affirms the call to trust in God's promises despite the perplexing circumstances that may surround believers. This verse has echoed throughout Christian history, influencing theological thought and becoming a foundational tenet of evangelical faith. The book shifts into a series of oracles against the Babylonians, highlighting God's justice and power. Habakkuk boldly declares that while the wicked may prosper temporarily, their end is certain. This stark contrast between the fate of the arrogant and the fate of the just reinforces the idea that God is not indifferent to injustice. The assurance of Yahweh's ultimate judgment serves as a source of hope for believers, reminding them that no evil will go unpunished and that God is always in control. The concluding chapter reflects Yahweh's transformation from doubt to a place of worship. In a beautiful poetic expression, he declares his commitment to rejoice in the Lord regardless of the circumstances. This response serves as an inspiring model for believers today, encouraging them to cultivate a resilient faith that celebrates God's goodness even amidst trials and tribulations. Even amid trials and tribulations. Instead of shaking his fist at God in despair, Habakkuk chooses to trust and worship in the midst of uncertainty. Ultimately, the book of Habakkuk is a powerful testament to the struggles of faith in a broken world. It encourages believers to confront their doubts, seek understanding, and rest in the assurance of God's sovereignty and justice. Through Habakkuk's journey, readers are reminded that faith is not a blind acceptance of easy answers, but a courageous trust in God's character, regardless of the circumstances they face. And this message resonates profoundly within the evangelical tradition, calling believers to live by faith and hold on to hope, even when the world seems chaotic. And I'm your old pal, PapaDale. This is the year 2024. The lecture you just watched is Habakkuk from the 5-Minute Bible for the Jan Hus Institute. And until the next time I see you, I'll be praying for you that you will be well and that you'll be blessed.